Hey everybody, this is Midnight Update. I am Seamus Byrne. Welcome to Tuesday, 10th of February. Big news today in telco land, with Vodafone and 3 Mobile announcing plans for a merger. Vodafone and 3's parent Hutchison have agreed to become a 50-50 joint venture in Australia. The deal still has to clear a lot of regulatory hurdles, so details are sketchy, but we do know the merged telco will be run under the Vodafone brand. The rights to use the 3 brand are included in the deal, but how long it remains or how it is used is one for the analysts to worry about. So when will it matter to you? I asked Vodafone this question earlier today, and while they would not offer any guesses of their own, they did accept mid-year would be a reasonable guess for me to make. Seems it could be a good time to lock in a fresh 2-year contract if you like 3's superior pricing, like the new shared caps that we mentioned on Friday. And kudos to Vodafone and 3 for managing to blindside us with such a big announcement. That's one watertight ship you've got there, guys. Speaking of leaks, is it a good sign when your security software maker gets hacked? Seems Kaspersky was hacked over the weekend, and while they claim it was no big deal, a hacker posted screenshots that seem to prove they accessed Kaspersky data, including user details. Even if it was a minor intrusion like Kaspersky suggests, which it wasn't, you'd probably hope your security provider could demonstrate best practice protection of its own interests. I know some design geeks who always wished Photoshop could be their competitive sport. If that sounds like you, get ready for Adobe Pixel Mash. Here's the idea. 8 designers are given a theme, then they have 15 minutes to put together a design using CS4 and a Wacom Cintiq tablet. The audience then decides the winner by SMS. 12 unis and design schools are taking part in the heats, with a grand final set for late April. Hit the Pixel Mash Facebook group for more information. Linksys will be launching a new media hub on Friday, and it looks pretty slick. At first glance, this networked media storage box looks like it has a nice interface and claims simultaneous HD streaming around the home, plus off-site access to content like photos over the internet. I'm going to do a bit of live coverage at the event via my quick feed at midnightupdate.com, so keen beans can get an early look at it in action. Ever debated what it would cost to build a Death Star? Rivard Gold, a self-professed outlandish thinker, did some maths recently and came up with a number. 15 septillion US dollars. That's 24 zeros, people. And that's actually just the cost of raw materials blasted into space. He's ignored labour costs, which an evil galactic empire could probably get at sweatshop rates anyway. But remember, that's today's money. A long time ago, you could have built a Death Star, some Star Destroyers, and an army of clones, and still had change from a figure the size of Kevin Rudd's stimulus package. Well, we're into our second week here at Midnight Update, so I'm opening up the mailbag as I'm eager to hear your thoughts on all things tech, games, and general geek stuff. To make it worth the effort, I'll have prizes for Letter of the Week every Monday. This week, I have a Plantronics Audio 365 headset, which goes for around $50 retail. Send questions or comments to heyshay@midnightupdate.com, and there is a link at the website as well. Finally, to wrap up the show, we have the first in an ongoing irregular series where we uncover the inner geek in any sports stars and celebrities I can get my hands on. With the cricket season drawing to a close, I managed to get a few minutes with 3 of Australia's finest, including the Australian captain Ricky Ponting.
I'm not sure if I was sort of up and about, ready to go to sport. I think most Saturday mornings it was either getting up ready to go and play junior soccer or getting up ready to go and play junior Aussie rules or cricket. So
that's the difference if you're watching Saturday morning cartoons, you don't have time to be Australian captain.
Not generally, no.
Star Wars. I'm going to go Star Trek. I'm not a big Star Wars fan.
I was never a Star Trek fan, so definitely Star Wars, yeah.
I had an Atari, and I can remember games like Frogger, which is a lot like walking across the street in George Street. I think you can get the real feeling of that there, and Moon Patrol and things like that. I had one of those little Game & Watches, and I think it was Popeye.
Been the old Atari one, so it would have been like probably, was it Star Wars on that, wasn't it? Or was it?
Yeah, that was on that.
Yeah, it would have been Star Wars, and trying to jig the buttons, working out how you got rapid fire and that sort of stuff.
Foxsports.com.au.
For me, it'd probably be the Herald Sun newspaper. It usually gets a pretty good workout for me, checking out, if it's in the winter time, checking out all the football stuff, the Aussie rules stuff that I miss out on living up here in Sydney. Whatever my wife's got. Whatever it is.
Windows. I don't mind Mac, but I've got a Windows. I've got Windows at home. CD, yeah. Vinyl, I'm in the era between vinyl and CD, but I'm now CD.
Digital downloads.
I was saying to the guys earlier, actually, I'm not a huge music fan, and the only reason I've actually got an iPod is because everyone else has got one. I didn't want to feel left out. Just got the new Blu-ray system put in the house, so I'm up with something at least.
VHS.
Yeah. What about Beta? Whatever happened to Beta?
I'm just still getting used to my my iPod Touch and making sure I've mastered all that. So that's the one I'm enjoying the most of, and it's been the most frustrating as well.
I got myself a BlackBerry the other day, so I'm sort of all over that at the moment.
They're pretty nice.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if golf clubs count as gadgets, do they? I don't think I could live without those. Yeah. Take our cricket analyst out of it, who is a computer nerd, obviously. Nathan Bracken would probably be the other guy that knows everything about the techie stuff inside out. If you need anything done with a computer or iPod or anything like that, just go and see Braxton. He normally gets it sorted for you.
That's all for tonight's update. Thanks for stopping by. Don't forget you can join us weeknights around midnight Sydney time for Daily Geek News, and for more coverage visit midnightupdate.com.